Hey everybody, it's time to roll the win. I've got it set up on a $15 table with 96 across. I'm going to be throwing that 2321. Got a $500, $600 buy-in. I'm going to go 555 across the top. I'm not going to hedge the $15. I'll leave it exposed. Hard 8 is our point, or 8 is our point through a hard 8. I want to work on pressing, collecting, maximizing the throw if possible. After all, that's why we go. There's a 5. I'm going to press the 5 to 25, put $11 in the rack. My shortcoming is working certain systems. I understand that. I know that is a shortcoming. I also know that I tend to be aggressive. There's ace deuce. Alright, so we got an ace deuce, we got a 5, we got a 6. There's a hard 6. We didn't have a 6, we had an 8. Now we got a 6. Sorry about that. Got a hard 6. Trying to give y'all a little different angles with some of these other cameras. So we got $18 on the 6 that we just hit. I'm 3 tosses in after setting the point. I'm going to take $3 out of my rack. I'm going to combine it with what's out there, the 18, and that gives me a $42 6. I took $3 more out. There's another 5. 3, 2. 3, 2, 5. We got 25 on it. That pays us 35. I'm going to swap this out for a green chip. I'm going to take that 5 straight up to 35. That's our second hit. That leaves me $25 off the winnings to go into my rack. So we hadn't put a lot of money in the rack yet. We're 4 tosses in. 6-3. I'm getting a lot of action off those dice down there. That is the bouncy end of this table. So just like the 5, the 18 pays $21. I'm going to take that to 25. Putting that $11 in the rack. So the only thing I didn't take any money off at all on was the 6. Hopefully we'll hit another one. Really short hop. I didn't even make it to the wall. That'll be a yo. This dice here, it just died. It just stopped. You want to set yourself up square to the table. There's two ways, you know. You don't have to be a shooter to make money at craps. You got to be a good bettor. You can be a great shooter and a poor bettor and still not win. There's aces. All right. I didn't mark that yo. We'll need a 4, a 10, and a 12 to get in the bonus here. I've always planted my feet the same way, about shoulder width. Try to get the same grip on the dice. Try to focus on the landing zone. There's a 10. It's a good time to look and see where we're at. We've got 15. That's going to win us 28. Now I always go straight to a quarter on a 4 and 10 from 15. That leaves me $2 at risk on that 4 or 10 when you press it to 25. So I try to bet what I'm throwing, what the dice are doing with my toss on that table at that time. All right, look, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are 10 tosses in. And we hadn't hit but one repeater. We've only hit one repeater bet. And we've taken very little off because of that. So I envision that as a problem if something doesn't change quickly. There's a 12. There's the tall. So we just threw a 10. There's the 12. Wasn't a great throw, but we got lucky. I can tell you. All right, we got $5 up here. That's going to give us some breathing room. That's $150. $150 in bonus money. Plus you get your $5 back. unless you're at certain MGM properties that allow you to keep it up and press if you want. Been there, done that. Let me put a, I'm using some black chips to separate some green chips, so I'm gonna get a different type of black chip here so we don't get confused. All right, so now we need a 4. Big split, got a 415. Finally got a decent hit on a repeater bet, hit on a repeater number. 415, 35. That's going to pay us 50 for 1, and that's what we want to get to. We're collecting green chips, getting rid of white, one white chip. All right, so that's 3 5s. Is 5 our dominant number tonight? Could be. Looks like it. Getting a runner, and I got my 3 4 7 out of it. Thank goodness for the tall. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tosses. 12 tosses is good, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them was junk. I'm going to take 96 out of the rack here in a minute. I'm just setting this up with what's on the table. So there's 100. On myself $4, plus I took that 15 out of my rack. Go back up on the all tall small. All right, so if I'm tossing the dice just like that, probably made, well, I know I made a little money because I hit the tall. But I had a lot of junk, and I'm not on a crapless table. So whatever my mechanics of my toss are doing, makes me want to try a different dice set. See if I can get away from these horn numbers so much and back into box numbers. That's the way you've got to approach it. What did I throw? Did I get what I wanted or expected? Did I get too much of this? If you're on a crapless table, this is wonderful. But we're not playing it as a crapless table. So let's go back to the 2, 1, 2, 4 and see what we can get on it. I'm throwing really short. 6, 3, 9. Let's pull that 15 down. Let's go 2 times odds, $30. 325. All right, again, we're getting fives. Got 15 pays 21. Let's take it to a green chip. Put $11 in the rack. Hard 4. 4 we were missing a little bit ago. $15 pays 28. We're going to take it to a quarter. Put $18 back in the rack. Whoa, come back here. So if you're a shooter, you gotta try to figure out what's giving you. I threw that one really deep, but I got a 4 out of it. So that's going to pay me 50 for one right there. $1 vig. Two 4s in a row gets me excited. Six, 2, 8. A little bit of drift. They were a little bit short. I am not throwing really well tonight, I can just tell. Alright. There we do it again. That pays us 21. If I take $3 out of the rack, add it to the winnings, I can take it straight to 42. I need to catch up on my all tall small here. Let's go. We got a 4, we got a 5, we got an 8 and a 9. That's where we're at. I'm so used to tracking them with chips, I forget to mark them up there. Even though I've had this table quite a while now. Hard 6. I'll do it just like I did that 8. Probably shouldn't. Probably should only power press one of them. But 18 pays 21. We can press it a unit. Go to 24. Take 15 off of the table. Put it in the rack. And I'm only doing that because that was the secondary hit on the sister number. 8 was the first to hit. So, that's my thinking. a point, 5-4. We've got $15 on the pass line. We've got 30. 30 divided by 2 is 15 times 3 is 45. And that, my friends, goes in the rack. Pick up my odds. I'll set them. I'll pick them up and I'll set them kind of crossways. Why? Because if there's a different number as a point, I'm going to go back to the 9. I'm going to go to the point just made. So I've got this sitting there ready to go. I don't have to think about it. Unless I want to make it 35. Dice split on me and made me another 9. I am not tossing well enough, I suppose. Alright, so I have my odds there. I'm bringing them right back down here. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tosses into the hand. Eight tosses in. We're making a little money. It's a little bit of a slower grind at the moment. We need some repeaters. Give me another 4. Oh, 3, 2, 5. That's a repeater. Repeating number I'm talking about. Left die took a run. Page 35. I'm taking that 5 straight on to 35. Putting that quarter in my rack. Hard 4. Perfect. Love it. Got $50 on it down there. It's going to pay us 100. Less the $2 VIG. I'm going to take the 50 that was on it, put it in the rack, and I'm going to press it to 100. Third hit on the 4. So remember, we started at 15, 3 hits in on the 4, and we've got $100 sitting on it. And I'm getting some run back. Do you know what I just hit? Double deuces. Hard 4 again. 100. That's going to pay us 200. Less $5. Alright, so here's where you got to decide on your strategy, and you really need to know in your head. Once you went to 100, you needed to know exactly what your next move was going to be. Well, if it comes early, like back to back, I'm going to take that 100. I'm going to take the 200 and add 50 to it. And I'm going to 250. That's how I press. Now, if it had been 5 or 6 throws later, I wish, I hope, I throw that many later, then I might have just went the same bet. But when they come back just like that, quick, I mean, I've thrown more 4s than anything else on the board. There's our point. Tried to put some loft on it, trying to get these dice to not run away from me, and that one runs straight back. But anyway, we got the point for the second time. 15 and 45. Put black chips back over here. Again, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to set it crossways in my rack so I know where my next bet is and where it's coming from. May have to make some change here in a minute. I don't have a lot of red chips. Still going with the same dice set. 2, 1, 2, 4. There's aces. You know what? That's the first horn. Remember? We changed our set. We had all that junk earlier. That's the first one. Alright, so we need a 3, 10, 11, 12. We've hit nothing on the far end. Everything is downtown that we're hitting. If we knock out that 3, we might go fishing for something else. But until then, I'm going to try to keep hitting some 4s just like this. 5, 1, 6. Alright, that's the one we didn't press all the way up. We did not power press that 6. We've got 24 on it. This time, oh, I'm sorry, 6 becomes the point. I've ready to pay myself. Alright, so what do we do? I'm going to pull this down, go to the rack, pull that $30 that I had sitting there, and since it's a different number, and we have hit a few 9s, we've hit 4 of them. I'm going 35. Hard 4. How many is that? That's at least 3 hard 4s we've hit. We've got 250. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a good hit. Trying to get, there we go. So that's 500 less $7. I think is the VIG. 5%. No, it's 12 bucks. 250. We'll go with that. But we put, now I'm going to collect that 500 because those chips really look good right here at the end of this rack. I've got friends that would have went to 500 and brought that back 250 to the rack. I'm going to collect the 500. It's 5 fours, and at least 3 of them have been hard, and we're not even messing with the hard ways. All right. There's a 10. Lo and behold, we hit a 10. Now we're deep into this, and that's the first 10 we've hit. We're really deep into our pitch count. I'll take it to a quarter. I got my money back plus $3. That's as high as I'll take it, unless I start getting on a run of 10s. I mean, if it comes right back, I'll press it. But I'm not expecting it because we haven't been throwing it. Hasn't been showing up. So I'm trying to give some advice. And there's the 7. 3, 4. So I was trying to give advice on, yeah, I'm aggressive, but I'm not so aggressive that I will lose track of putting money in the rack. We could have put 28 in the rack instead of what we did, but it's hard not to go ahead and move that 10 up. But I wasn't going to go crazy with it, because after all, we've already hit 5 fours. Never hit another 8 after we power pressed it up. Only 1 6. Look at it. So what we do? We had ace. We needed an ace deuce, an 11 and a 12. 1 2 3 4 5. 5 fours. 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 box numbers, 1 jump. That was a good die set change. That was a very good die set change. Now, I could have went back with it, and maybe I could have hit that 3, 11, and 12. But that one had my attention. And there would have been nothing wrong on any of the other come-outs switching die sets to the previous die set and giving it a toss and seeing if we got one of those horn numbers or 2. But I was focused on what was paying me right now, and the 4 was paying. So we started out with a $620 rack. I'm taking these dividers out. I was using these black and white chips as dividers there for a minute. There's our green chips. There's one more stuck in here, I see. Bunch of reds. So let's count this up and call that a session. So I think we'll be pleased with our result. part of it is knowing when to walk away from the table too. And when you're up is the best time to do that. One. There's 100. There's 100. There's 400. Pretty good little lick going there. Still got probably 25 in white. That's 100. 1,013, $1,400. Two hands, one piece of a bonus was 150. There's the 150 that we got off the tall. Basically 96 across. We started with 600. And our net win, 5, 6, 7, $800. Plus, if you want to get real specific, $5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 10, 15, 20, $4. $824 profit on two tosses. But you see the value of changing the die set after reading the table, reading your toss on the first one. It had a long toss. We had too many horn numbers. Wasn't getting paid enough. The only thing that saved us was the horn numbers gave us the tall. Changed the die set, hit box numbers, did a really good job on the 4. That's the kind of hands I like to have. That's how I play it when I see if I toss a hand and I'm not getting what I expect, then I'm going to change my set, keep the mechanics as close as I can. I was having a bad toss tonight. I was having a hard time on my bouncy on my bouncy surface down here. I admit that. But we still pulled it off. We had at least 3, if not 4, hard 4s. Never played them. We could have probably picked up another, you know, I would have, if I'd have been playing it after the first one, I'd have won a nickel, won 35, so I'd have netted 30, and then I'd have probably went to a quarter on that third one. So if I did 4, that fourth one would have been nice. I just don't remember if I did. The video will tell us. All right, everybody. That's a pretty good session. That's a good time to color up and call it a hand. Most important, you practice like you play. If you're going to shoot, you've got to practice your shooting, but you've got to also know where your next moves are in your presses and your betting. If you're sitting at 100 on a 4, you know immediately when you make that bet, if you hit it, what your plan is. You're going to collect the next one, or you're going to press it. That's your call, not my call. Practice like you play. Play like you practice. Go roll to win.